Hello Taurus, and thank you very much for tuning into your June reading with me, Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you this reading to you all this month, and we are going to be using the Truth Seekers Tarot. And unfortunately I forget who it's by, but we will be using this deck just to see what information comes through for you. This is a general reading. This is just going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. So if it is that you are wondering more about, particular aspects, I would suggest that you look at those aspects as well as a love reading. If you want that, you just have to go to your Venus sign once everything's uploaded, of course. If you do want a personal reading with me, now's a great time to get one. What I would say is go to the website, see what kind of reading you want, and then as soon as I see the receipt in the queue, I'll be able to kind of do that for you. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon and have a look at all the additional readings that I do per month, then you can always look at Patreon, and from as little as $1 you get access to all that free content. So, additional content, I mean, not free. So without further ado, let's have a look and see what information comes up for you this month, Taurus. I hope everybody had a nice birthday if your sun's in Taurus. Okay. If you want to take a breath as well, I would encourage you to do so. It just centers your intuition and allows you to connect within you. Okay, so these cards, I don't use them often. I normally do them when I do some rituals and things like that, but recently they've been calling for me to use them, so they have been just instantly correct for a lot of clients, and people have been going, I didn't expect that and stuff like that. So very good cards here. Okay, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Prince of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Now I've got a little bit of a different setup this time because I was doing a ritual for Beltane recently, so I apologise if the camera is a little bit scuffy. There we go. Alrighty, and of course I will always be pulling a rune, rune for your reading, but this will actually be from, I think I might go with a different rune set this time than the wood ones. I don't think I will, but maybe for another reading I'll do that. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath and see what comes through here. You're definitely having some form of new beginning, and I think it's going to overtake you. It seems as though it's going to very much be something that you can take upon yourself and something that you can truly aspire to. It's very difficult really to, they're saying diagnose what the problem is. And I don't mean that in health, I mean that in kind of your current situation. You may be the unfortunate victim of several different things that are happening to you, but you don't have to play the victim. You have to be very much sure and assertive and very direct this month to actually get your desired results. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning, so I do feel that your efforts previously are coming through here, and you are actually going to see something that's very positive. You're going to see results. Maybe you have to kind of let go of some kind of thing that you were unsure of previously. For instance, oh, I think this, or I believe this. You may have to now change those beliefs, or you may have to change the game a little bit. I think that this is basically what they're trying to tell you in general. It's something that I think you are going to maybe have some problems with just at the start, but this actually leaves off, and actually this is a sort of victory. So you are going to get victory. You are going to have a very strong connection with your future here. It's not bad at all. All it's saying is that you need to be prepared for change. And sometimes, Taurus, you don't particularly like change this sudden. And it is going to be sudden because you've got the Eight of Wands. So you need to be prepared. Oh, I can't actually get this card off. They're very sticky. So this is basically saying that you need to be prepared, because this is actually going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It's going to be like whoosh. If you're not prepared, it may take you too much by surprise, and you won't be actually... you won't actually be something that you can commit to. You won't see things that you can, opportunities that you may have missed if you're such a stick in the mud. You want to be malleable, you want to be pushing forward with something that you, I think, can truly control, but also that you can also take as it comes, I think is the right way of saying it. You just want to kind of go with the flow a little bit and also control the direction maybe, but I think for the most part you just have to trust in the universe when this comes in. I do feel this is to do with people. I feel this is to do with people's expectations of you and your status within your group of friends, within your family. That is all going to change because I think you're going to feel more confident, and I believe that you're actually going to be lifted by the energies around you. You're going to feel more like communicating, you're going to feel more like you are pressing into something that seems to be, maybe you reached a wall before and now you're thinking of ways as to how to breach that wall. That's going to be something that I think you need to maybe think out of the box a little bit for, but definitely be prepared for that because I think it's going to be the world of good for you. And here we have the Prince of Swords. So in this card, it's kind of like he's looking back at a city, but he could be making his way there, around that way, or he could have left that way. So depending on your perspective, whether you're coming or whether you're going, it's all about how you want to prepare yourself for the next, I would say, 9 months, because there's something very intimate here. You are not alone in this card. This is all about communication. This is all about thinking about where you've come from as well as where you're going to. I feel this is also action, putting your thoughts into a plan, actually going through with it, moving towards something, maybe playing a little bit of a chess game with yourself or those around you, because sometimes I think that can be complicated. I do believe as well that there is something that you need to say to somebody to get them to change their mind or to change their vision or to just change something here, because that I think is going to be quite important. You need somebody on side. You need to change somebody's mind, and you will be able to accomplish that, but not if you burst in and go, this is what it is, needs to be. They need somebody to show them the reasons why and because, not just, I just told you this, do it. Like a lot of mothers say when kids go, why do I have to do this? Because I said so. Now, in adulthood, we would not accept that excuse or reasoning. We would go, well, bye, if somebody said that to me. So I think that you're going to have to use maybe a different tack with somebody. So you can't just say, because I said so. You need to have a reason behind everything you do this month. If you just do something for the hell of it, that could be good too, but only in a very limited resource. You can't do that every step of the way, and I don't think you'd be comfortable doing that every step of the way either. The Five of Cups symbolises normally, of course, a bit of disappointment, a bit of kind of woe, if you like, as to what the situation seems to be coming through as. But you do have things to back up, you do have energy to back up, and I do believe that you are actually moving into some other place that may actually give you cause for a little bit of sadness that things are changing. It could be, oh, I really didn't want that phase to end, or I don't feel like I was ready for that phase to end. Please don't worry though, Taurus, because I do feel that you are setting yourself up for something long lasting. I feel that you're actually going to be moving towards something very beneficial for you. Not just for you, actually, maybe for a few other people as well. But it does feel as though there's a bigger chance of this coming to light for you in the near future in a way for you to kind of gain just gain. That's the only thing that I can think of. You do have to gain. You're going to gain perspective, but you're also going to gain things that you may have not have realized you were in need of, you were in want of. You may think, oh, actually, this financial situation's fine for me, but in reality, I think you maybe need a little bit more, and that I think is coming through quite strongly as well. It's just something that you may not have thought you needed, but it's actually going to be given to you. Same in relationships. If you feel as though you need a little bit something extra, or you're fine in this area, suddenly you're going to be given a little bit more, and you realize, oh, yeah, maybe I wasn't happy with that. So it's something that I think is all going to come round to you. But don't be disappointed by the changes that are coming through. Try and embrace them, and also make sure that you communicate very effectively with those people who maybe you're actually trying to change their mind about something. Now I'm just going to go and get the runes because for some reason I forgot to place them here. So one just second. Oh, where are they? Okay, they're there. Okay, so here's the runes. So I'm just going to shuffle these with my eyes closed. As you know, I am a witch, and the rune readings you can see every new moon on my Patreon. Then from this month onwards, they won't be on YouTube anymore. They'll just be on Patreon. Okay, so let's see. I'll choose this with my eyes closed. What does Taurus need for the month of June? What guidance can you give Taurus for the month of June? Guide me to the rune. Okay, so they put me around 2, which is the one, this one. Okay, let's see who you are. Oh, hello. Now it came out as that, so it is in reverse, unfortunately. I don't like telling people that it is in reverse, but that's what it's supposed to look like. So this is Nathis, and if it was this way, it'd be endurance and survival and determination and patience, which is basically everything that Taurus is. But since it was this way around, it doesn't mean necessarily the opposite. It just means that that's going to be challenged. So I would say that this is something that maybe you feel a little bit more needy. You feel maybe that you're drudging along a little bit, and you know, I think actually this is saying that you shouldn't feel that way anymore. This is actually something that's coming through for you very much positively, because this says you need to leave that at the door. You need to leave your preconceptions at the door before you walk through for June, because this is actually going to pick up and it's all going to go forward. So don't feel like you're just drudging along and just kind of bored with the changes that are taking place. Try and embrace them. I would also say that this is maybe a little bit of restlessness, maybe something that you feel like you want to change but can't seem how to change it. Rest assured this is going to come through, and this is actually going to help that. So don't worry too much about whether you feel there's a need that's not being met. You can meet it this month. You can change it this month. I think it just means that because you're so deeply rooted, I think that you just need to lift slightly and replant yourself somewhere else. It's not a bad thing. I believe Taurus and Scorpio are both fixed signs, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I can understand, you know, why you feel like standing your ground and, you know, not moving from a certain point of view. But there is a benefit to flexibility in June. So just see if you can work that through. What is it you have planned in June? Is there anything, you know, that you are looking forward to? Anything you do want to change? Do let me know. As you know, I always love hearing from you, and including your likes and your shares and subscribes, and I really do appreciate every single one of you, and every time I get a comment, I really love reading them and hearing your stories. So thank you so much for that. Again, if you would like a private or personal reading with me, do let me know. I'm also thinking of doing private consultations now. Now, as with readings, there will be a fee for that, but if you do want me to actually look at something for you, do let me know and I'll see what I can do, as well as joining me on Instagram and other social media forms. So without further ado, I will love you and I will leave you. Let me know how things go for you, because I really do hope this month goes well. But in the meantime, take care of yourself, and I will speak to you all in July.